I'm Torry Kauffman. I work in IT. I'm an IT specialist. Basically what I do is support some of the larger systems that all the departments use, from OnBase, One Solution, formerly IFIS, as well as RecTrack for parks, and there's a lot of major systems that I'm involved in. I'm going to say, like David, I don't do anything alone. In IT, we are either working with a department or working with others in our own department to achieve most of our goals and projects. And the biggest one lately was the One Solution project that just wrapped up. That was a huge accomplishment. It's been, I think, 2.5 years that they've been working on that project. So I'm Torry Kauffman. I am a tech specialist in the IT department. My project was more of a personal one. I attend a lot of meetings, and some of those meetings kind of end up being really stagnant. I don't know if any of you have gone to meetings where you've been there for an hour and you walk out of the meeting and you feel like you just wasted an hour that you're never going to get back in your life. So I wanted to make sure that everything I attended didn't feel like that, not only for me, but for everyone else in the meeting. So I set the goal of making sure that every meeting there was some task or some step forward, either if it was just an idea or someone walked out of there with a to-do item. So it started out with just doing that. And what it turned out into a project was something that's been out there for a really long time, is getting your work email into our system of record of One Solution. You would think that'd be pretty easy, but your email is generated in one system, and the system of record just needs to get the data. But all that data needs to go to all the other pieces of system, your retirement, learning management system, your paycheck, everything drives off of your email, who your supervisor is. And that's been a real hard thing. Also for new hires, and getting your email created for a new hire has in the past taken from the time you sign your paper saying, yep, I've accepted this position, to the time you sit at your desk and have an email account can be 3 weeks. And that was a struggle even to sometimes when you got here have your email address ready. But we've gotten a plan together, and we're just about ready to implement that plan, that from the day you get your employee number, so when HR creates your record, which is within a couple days of you signing that paperwork, overnight your email account will be created, and it'll be distributed out to all the different systems so that the next day everything is ready for you to, not as an employee to start using, but for all the other pieces that have to be done before you start to be done and ready. So when you get here and you sit down, everything's ready. And that was a huge result, I think, to go from a 2 to 3 week time span to overnight, which is fantastic in my opinion. How I achieved that was, like I said, trying to make sure that we had a step forward. We held a couple meetings with some larger groups of people, thinking, okay, we need someone from every little piece of this process to give us their input. Well, after the meeting, on the way back to our desk, we accomplished more with just a few of us talking about our ideas than we did in the whole meeting. And so the next few meetings we kind of just scaled back to just the few people that were the key ones to kind of come up with the plan, and then held the bigger meeting with everyone else to kind of go over, and then their ideas made it better, and we refined it down to a plan that took it from 3 weeks down to overnight. So that was really, really helpful to be able to not only just shorten the meeting, get a result out of every meeting, and then getting the key people was really important to the whole project. And the change in me was I no longer dreaded going to some of these meetings. I now took it as a challenge, that even though some of these groups of people that we would meet with, you knew nothing was going to happen, it was more of like a challenge for myself to make sure something came out of that meeting, even if it wasn't one that I was holding. So that was, it's been pretty impactful.
Thank you all for coming. Your participation with your folks makes all the difference. So thank you.
Thank you.